Hey, you all. It's Friday. It's almost the end of the day. Huzzah. Happy Friday. Fridays are awesome. Couple things. I have two things for you to finish for Monday. And that's just if you don't finish your notes, I'm going to post a video of me presenting. Just make sure you finish that before the end of class if you don't finish it for Monday. I'm going to also post with that video a 3-2-1 exit ticket, which all those directions are also on that form. I'm going to go over our journal question here in a second, so go ahead and get your journal out if you need to. And today, the posters you're going to have presented to you and the notes you're going to get going over is going to be kind of looking at the trade laws of the colonies and how it's going to influence some decisions and early things. We're going to kind of do a little review of the triangular trade and Middle Passage, and then we will look at the Great Awakening. And that's the big stuff we're going to be looking at here today in class. For your journal question, pause it now if you still need to get your journal or get it out. Pause it here so you can come back and just get the answer. Answer for Iran and Russia has made the news is the following. As you write this, make sure you write it into your journal, not on a doc, not on a piece of loose leaf, not in your 3-subject notebook, not in some other mysteriously random place, but in your journal, because you're going to need it eventually. And then if you don't, and you don't have it written, you're going to have a bad time. All right, so Iran and Russia. Both Iran and Russia have been trying to interfere in the U.S. presidential election. Both countries have hacked to obtain voter registration information. And hackers from Iran in particular have been responsible for spreading fake information to create confusion and mistrust in our democracy. So we got two parties here, Russia and Iran, both hacking into parts of our governments, websites, local governments, all of that. And they kind of have similar goals, but different goals as well. So Russia, for example, they've started hacking, but they haven't really done anything quite yet. But some experts believe they more likely support Trump and they want to Trump for 4 more years. So there's suspicion that they, which they did last election too, are hacking into our government websites and things. So if in the event President Trump were to not be reelected, people think, some experts think that they're going to basically make it look like that the election was not like accurate, that it was like cheated and Trump lost because it was rigged. Is basically what some think Russia is trying to set up. Iran, on the opposite side, they don't like Trump. So they're kind of trying to do anything they can to make him look bad. And one of the examples of what Iran's been doing is they have hacked in the battleground states, local governments, voter registration for people, and they're sending emails and letters to, I think specifically emails, to like Democrats is one I heard, where they're getting a letter basically saying if you don't vote for Trump, you're going to pay for it. It's from the Proud Boys, which is kind of like that hate group that that's popped up more recently. And that actually didn't come from the Proud Boys. So Iran is trying to basically use the current events and all these tension to try and divide us, the people, more and more. So as you go onto social media like Snapchat or Twitter or Instagram, you may see specifically people posting stuff about, stereotypes or about things about relating to the different political parties. A lot of this information is fake. A lot of it is, because it's just people talking and spreading false information. Countries like Iran and Russia are responsible for a lot of this fake information being spread. They want us to have like chaos and confusion because they don't like our democracy in certain cases. So that's your journal question. I'm going to post scene at 10 with this if you have time at the very end of class. I'm not sure if you will, but I'll post it under this if you have time at the end of class. You could watch it. They talk about it at the very beginning. And the next video you'll see down below will be notes for you to write down after you all have had posters presented. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak at you in just a little bit. Bye.